What's the word, YouTube? I got y'all with another video. We got Tommy G, one of the best YouTubers around. We got the most wanted car thief in America. Let's get into the video, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe and make sure y'all hit the notifications on and everything like that. And share my channel to everybody that you know. Let's get to the video, y'all. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, bet that fuzz.
A local car dealership is hoping that you can help find more than a dozen cars stolen over 2 days. Surveillance video shows 3 masked men entering the service area and taking 5 vehicles. That was just the beginning.
Now, once it tells me the pin, I'm good to go. There. Now look. You drive.
It's almost like trying to guard LeBron James.
This would be a payday for me. I like this. This is money. Right here. Probably 2 people in the United States are better than me. Hellcats are not hard for me to take. I even carry a red heat everywhere I go.
In one night, how many dealerships can you hit?
You better watch out Hellcat owners.
Cars in one day.
This is a 50 cars in one night.
50 cars in one day.
Damn, this is a real living GTA for real. He probably be like, but he get the key or do something like that, open the door and just take off like probably like 150 like miles per hour, bro. But he's on the GTA hush or something like the vehicle warehousing. That's that shit that they be doing. Because if you know, you know, like about GTA 5, when you go to vehicle warehouses, just stealing vehicles and stuff like that.
Respectfully, after meeting their employees, I know they're not going to
y'all
take
know what I'm
it. So
talking about.
I'll
If you
just
know,
take
you
that
know.
literally right out the lot and drive it out the lot and wave at them as I'm leaving.
He's basically a GTA character in real life and online.
In 2023, over 1 million cars were stolen in America. The business of car theft is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Now, we've all heard of Kia and Hyundai boys who can smash a window and use a USB cord to steal your car quickly, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. On encrypted platforms like Discord and Signal, there are thousands of car thieves driveway white vans, most nearly on the Felix does for work. He wanted our first meeting to be in a private and secure location, so I sent him the coordinates for an abandoned building by my house and told him to meet me on the 2nd floor.
We're meeting our contact in an abandoned building, and he's gonna take us deep into this world.
Tommy G's. I'll post it for YouTube real quick for y'all.
Sir, yeah, last book, yeah. How you doing? You're not the guy we're supposed to be meeting, are you? Okay. Yeah. We're gonna see if it's legit, but the stuff he says he gets into is real deal heist, real deal theft, real deal moving cars, moving units, and hitting dealerships, which to me sounds like an insane job. But he said 2nd floor on the right. This is kind of an interesting meeting spot. Felix? Good morning. What's happening? Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro.
This is your normal type of meeting spot?
So nice and secluded.
I ain't gonna lie, Tommy G's on. Why he put his name? Could have just said, he just could have said car stealer or something like that. Because if he gets caught, it's probably because of you. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. My brain just lags all the time. My fault, y'all.
What is it that you get into?
Anything taking cars. Luxury,
The hell?
basic cars, but of
Like,
course I like the more expensive the better.
Are we talking dealerships, driveways, parked cars?
All of the above, but my preferred dealerships, of course, all day they're easier to get, but I can take a car from anywhere, anybody's yard, their good driveway, garage, wherever, it doesn't matter to me, to be honest.
Is that a stressful job?
Sometimes when you have a lot of close calls, but I think for the most part, no. I'm used to it now. I've been in it for a little bit. I know how to move and get away, so as long as I have, all the tools available to me to make it home, I'm pretty confident in what I do.
What is it you got there?
This is a little device, a little Chinese device that's used basically for everything taking cars. Of course, I got nicer devices than this, but this is basically just a basic one.
Can that take my car? I got a 2017 Chevy Cruise.
On the list, we go try it. Let's go take it.
Okay, before we put my car to the test, let's talk a little bit more. I want to get to know you. It would seem to me that you gotta live in a world of secrecy.
100%. I mean, secrecy is everything. If somebody knows who you are, basically they have everything about you. So, keeping myself secure and not letting people know who I am is like priority in this, because because this, you know, is not just Kia boy stuff. This is taking millions of dollars in cars from certain places. Somebody might get upset.
How did you get into it?
Just by chance, you know, I ran into a group of people online that were selling cars with no titles, and I figured it out pretty quick that these aren't legal cars, and bought my first tablet like this, spent my money, and here I am. I can count on my hands the people that are probably maybe close to me or maybe a little bit better than me. Only probably 2 people in the United States are better than me. If you're scared, you gotta stay away from this because fear is the #1 thing that's gonna get you caught. If you walk into a situation questioning the what ifs, they're gonna happen. If I'm going in to do something, I'm going in clear-headed with the intentions of doing it, and I'm with a plan and I'm methodical about it.
What does your family think about this?
They think I'm crazy. They think I'm taking unnecessary risks, but at the same time, I think they see the benefit of it all, you know. They worry when they don't hear from me for days at a time, but I usually tell them, when you don't hear from me, it's alright. That means I'm not in trouble, I'm not in any situation. So, yeah, outside of that, they just want me to get in and get out, you know. They never wanted this to be forever, so.
Have you had any close calls?
Oh, too many to count. There's been a lot of situations where I've been surprised in cars by, you know, officers just walking down the lot. They got smart and stopped pulling up immediately, and they'll start walking through the lot trying to catch us. There's been a lot of situations where I've barely made it out. I've had to take them on long hikes through the woods and stuff.
You take a car through the woods?
No, on foot. Usually, yeah, I'm on foot at that point. But if I can, I'll drive a truck through a field and push it as far as I can before it dies.
Do you know people that die in this game?
100%. I've known a lot of
That's
people
the
taking
GTA
extreme
shit, bro.
risks.
You going rat down modes, you like, bro, you're probably just like doing this and just like, oh, this shit, bro. That should be kind of fun though, like doing a GTA. Like when you get bored, you just go on the hill, like at the north of the map, and then you just like driving on hills, and then you want to just like fall off of like 5,000 feet with the car. Just like, bro, that should be fun when you're bored. I ain't gonna lie. If you know, you know.
Think they're invincible behind the wheel of this car. When you go tumbling 150 miles an hour, cars crumble like a paperweight. So a lot of people have lost their lives, and I've had people who just disappeared on me when they were out doing missions, and you know, either they're in jail or dead, and you'll never know.
If you got offered a normal job, decent salary, good salary, would you take it?
100%. I would get out of this right at this very moment. I'd go throw all my shit in the lake and never look back. And I don't want to die doing this, you know. I love my family. I want to go back home to them.
Manscaped's 20% off summer sale is here. That means you can finally snag the Performance Package 5.0.
So that didn't get your blood going at all?
No.
You're gonna take my car. Are you gonna damage it at all?
Not at all. This is one of the easiest. GM is so easy to take. It's non-intrusive. They won't even know that I tried to take it. So you go to GM, manual, USA, 17 to 19, smart key. Let's go give it a whirl. The light means you're ready to work. Basically what you're waiting for is the pin to be red, and once that pin's red, we can start it.
And that's it?
That's it. And you see your car even's letting you know, yo, your theft deterrent system's going off. But the car is so broken that we can just take it. And now we're in business. Now we can take this and ride around the city and we'll get some more cars. Let's go.
Someone can literally take my car, put it in their name, and just that's it?
Enough paperwork, enough, you know, pushing papers. You can have anything really in this world cleaned up. And I'm so confident. For the most part, I'm not even using gloves when I'm doing this. What? I'm just driving around normal. Because I know nobody's going to even really look for this car once it's taken.
Alright guys, mission complete. We'll see you in the morning when we hit the dealership.
A car dealer in Wisconsin was kind enough to let us come into his dealership and let Felix the car thief show us how he does his heists. The dealer's name is Dan Kunez of the Kunez Auto Group, and over the last couple years, car theft has negatively impacted his business. Felix conveyed that he was trying to get out of the car theft business, so we thought meeting with Dan could both be an audition for a potential security job of stopping other car thieves and a way for Felix to consult Dan on how to improve security at his lots. And Dan, being a Christian man who believes in giving people a chance, agreed to let Felix in, even though it was a risky idea. This is what happened when car thief met car dealership owner.
580 Maybach, my bitch got face tag, feeling
I'm almost feel like I gotta drive it a little bit more safer, like a grandma, you know? Oh, see, this is all money to me. You see all the right here? That's all money.
This is it.
Oh, I like his truck. See, if you want to keep your shit from getting stolen, buy a Ford. Those are the hardest ones to take nowadays.
He said he liked your truck. Does he?
Yeah, I love the Shelby Raptors. Great truck.
I was a TRX guy before.
Oh, I love TRX. That's my favorite truck. That's one of my favorite trucks right there.
Silverado?
C71 package.
That's it?
Yep. The RST package of these Chevys, they're hot.
For the money, yeah.
4s are the average person can't do 24s. They're harder now. You have to have a separate tab. And GM came up with a new thing, 24-digit pin. And these tablets I got with me right now can't generate the pin, but these aren't impossible. It's literally just buying a new piece of tool. I just haven't bought it.
And this is online.
Online. Amazon. Amazon's the biggest contributor to this, 110%. They're selling OEM keys, locksmithing tools, anything. You can buy key cutters on Amazon. Like, that's ridiculous. A lot of these guys, they're sophisticated. They got key cutters. They're coming into the lot. They're taking the VIN down. They're getting the key cut by the VIN, and they're coming opening the door like they own it.
To learn more about how stolen cars get washed with clean VIN numbers, we tap in with our New York correspondent, M-Box. M-Box is a rapper who has many songs covering the illicit car business, and you'll hear his music throughout this episode, and it's linked in the description. Here's what M-Box found out about VIN numbers.
GLES stole the keys.
Right. Stolen car, what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna have my guys disassemble your windshield. They're gonna peel the stickers off the door. They're gonna re-engrave the VIN numbers wherever it needs to be re-engraved. Common points of the car where it needs to be re-engraved is like the engine bay, or sometimes in some of the Mopars under the passenger seat where the battery is.
Which are all the VINs that you cover?
So on the BMWs typically, we change the sticker behind the license plate. We change the 2 stickers that are on the door, the tire, and the VIN information. We re-engrave the engine bay VIN number.
Because it's not a sticker, it's actually engraved.
Yeah, it's engraved into the metal.
Also, I know we had said something about the actual VIN in the computer. What comes out, so when you do the swap, what does the new VIN look like?
So that's the add-on to the swap price. It's typically ranges from like $2,500 to $5,000 to reprogram the ECU.
Okay, and what is reprogramming the ECU entail?
So we delete the old number, VIN number, and we put the new one back on.
You delete the stolen VIN number.
Right.
Oh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi.
Who?
I'm a licensed dermatology
And so basically, I'm able to unlock it, just hop in and program a key and be gone in 30 seconds. And the most sophisticated dealers are Aston Martin dealership. They had the whole security and everything, and they didn't even know I was there.
We had a guy a few nights ago go to our Sycamore store, took a Camaro in 6 minutes, pulled up.
And that's slow.
That seems slow, but
it's like how slow. I'm gonna show you how these Camaros are started. You're gonna be absolutely sick. You're gonna be like, I don't even understand why this is possible.
Really?
Yeah. If it took him 6 minutes, he sucks at his job. 100%. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even 100 miles that way into Chicago, this dealership would be getting hit every day. Those cameras, absolutely no good. 9 times out of 10, those aren't even hardwired directly for video feed. That's gonna be wireless, and they're only using a power source. I turn on a Wi-Fi jammer, no good. That shit's done.
Wow.
You know those police boxes they're trying to get you guys to buy with the lights and everything? Trash. Don't even buy it because a jammer, no cellular service, it doesn't work.
Cuts it right off.
No, cuts it right off. Everything in a 50-meter area right here wouldn't work. The OnStar, none of that.
Everything.
Yeah, that's another side of the thing is people are using credit profiles, buying cars from the dealers on the fake profiles, and then selling them. The new thing right now is cars being traded in. Yeah, they're only trading them in with only 2 keys, and there's 3 keys in the system. Gotta have your guys start pulling locksmithing devices.
They're getting clean titles.
Yep, the fake titles. And guess who's the #1 producer of that? China. People will ask me like, hey, I have a clean title for a 2024 Grand Cherokee, find me a 21 because it's the same body style, and they'll buy the sticker, swap it, and use the clean title to come and sell it back to the dealer. Carfax not safe either. I can have somebody generate a Carfax history behind a fake VIN, and you'll look at it and go, oh, they've been maintaining this car since the day that, and it's not even, it's so bad, I can have GM acknowledge a MCO, which is a manufacturer certificate of origin, and they didn't even produce it. How is that possible?
Because people are just stamping, not even thinking. They're just doing it.
And they're contributing to a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme that doesn't just end at stolen cars. It goes into everywhere. Credit cards, human trafficking, theft, burglary. A lot of these 1500s, these are being used as rammers. These are just being used to take other more expensive cars or to take down store buildings, you know, to go into Prada, everything. I've never been inside a dealership like this before, at least not being allowed to, you know. I've actually never even bought a car from a dealership. 100% a necessity thing where, you know, if I don't do this, you know, my daughter doesn't go to school, or, you know, food doesn't get put on the table. And see, when I'm wearing this is what I wear in real life. I don't wear Gucci, Louis Vuitton is not my thing. I'm a 4.0 student in real life. Yeah, college.
I don't think you could be dumb to do this job.
100%. I'm not going to need this because it's all GM, but if I need an Escalade or I want a Charger, if it's 2500 Dodge truck, I'll even take a Honda Civic if it's worth enough to me. This is a universal. It's in the shape of a Dodge key, but this is a universal key. How you can tell is it has no car figurine. So I either have a car or have an SUV. So I can take this and generate this with my tab and make this a 2023 Honda Civic key. I plug up into the Honda Civic and the car will think this is a OEM key and let me start it. I'll show up with 3 or 4 guys and take all these at the same time and drive them out. And it's worse that he has them right here. This is like, and there's no cameras, you're asking me to come.
So what would you recommend this guy
do? Camera, loudspeaker. Part of me changed when I seen the guy get really upset about his car, and I was like, you know, why should he care? He has insurance. But then, you know, after kind of reading what he said online, it kind of touched me. It's like, hey, some of this stuff is sentimental to these people. People work hard for this. You know, they don't want their stuff just getting taken. No way you're getting what this car is worth. This car, for example, is only worth $1,000 on the street. Maybe $500.
This car?
Yeah.
This is only worth $1,000.
$1,000, maybe $500 to be honest with you.
How?
It ain't worth nothing. It's a 15. It's one of those things that's so old that people aren't even gonna like really want it. Somebody took this, it would just end up as being used as a striker to take other cars.
And then does this lead to stuff like drive-bys or
drive-bys, robberies, burglaries? I mean, for all we know, people could be using these cars to kidnap people. We don't know. What car is this? A Tahoe? Or
It's a Tahoe, yeah.
So this takes more time than it's gonna take me to grab this car.
Let me put the keys over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the record, guys, for the record, keys are over here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get
You wait for the blue light. When it's blue, it means you're ready to work. So you see how it's blue? Now you just go to hot function, add a keys pin. This is the glitch. This is how everybody's taking GMs. And but see, this is the thing. This is not even the nice tablet. This is a cheap tablet that you can buy for. The alarm might go off. No alarm. See? When it's unlocked, there's no alarm. Right now, we should be going beep, 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 beep. And then once it reads the pin, you don't touch anything. Look, you see reading pin? Now, once it tells me the pin, I'm good to go. That's why we're going to there. Now look. You drive. And look, but this is the even crazier part. I can now take this and start another car.
On the line. Oh, shit. No. That's all over this time. Okay, will you be my witness in court that I wasn't? Okay. Oh, there we go.
Just like that. There's no stopping them. It's almost like trying to guard LeBron James.
This would be a payday for me. Rightfully, it's not mine, so we're gonna leave it. But
hey,
yeah.
This car theft thing is slowly evolving every day, bro. It's gonna be harder to defend your cars and everything like that because it's like the technology and stuff like that and everything like that. You just gotta like get the best car security, put it somewhere like in the garage or everything like that, or anything that, bro, is anywhere that's secure.
This is kind of just a normal day for me. This is what I guess our job consists of. A lot of people, when they take these, they forget that there's no key, because there's no key for this. So if they turn it off to get gas, oh shit, I forgot. Wow. Until you completely shut it off, like look. Now it's true, now you know. now you're not restarting.
Gotcha.
But you gotta plug back up and do that again. Sometimes there's cars that I will never even program a key for, I'll just drive it with that.
Well, first, what's the MSRP of a car like this?
Retail, I would guess 25 grand-ish.
What do you think he's selling it for?
Almost a half, 15 grand, I guess maybe.
He said he's going for between $500 and $1,000. So they're not even using these to drive unless it's like a kid. Maybe a kid wants to use it for a drive-by or just wants to be cool in the hood and drive around and pick up their girlfriend from high school. But for the most part, these are actually being used to drive through the fences or take the damage for the more valuable cars.
For the better cars. It's almost hard to fathom.
Bro, one time you G's, I'm trying to watch a video.
And just like that, a car's off the lot. So now what happens? The car just goes off the lot. What happens now?
Sometimes we don't even know. And somebody will just realize, oh, wait, where'd that car go? Then we look at our security footage, call our security team, then call the police. Our recovery rate is not great at getting them back. Some of the Hellcats and stuff, yes. But there's some stuff we never see again.
Who takes the hit on this?
Hopefully, the insurance company. From a dealership standpoint, it's cost us more than $500,000. They steal a Hellcat. Insurance is 100 grand. If we recover it, then we only get 60% of its value from the insurance company, so call it 60 grand.
If you recover the stolen vehicle?
If we recover the stolen vehicle, yep. And if we don't, then hopefully insurance covers it, but our premiums have almost doubled since all this. We have attorneys working on it daily, not just to try to get the cars, but try to prevent it, work with the insurance companies on that. It's kind of a national thing that's happening to everybody. So you're fighting with the insurance companies. It's endless time and resources. When you look at it from a business point of view, our insurance rates have almost doubled. So for these bigger stores, that's a lot of money. Okay, car gets stolen, call in insurance, police reports, all that stuff. If it doesn't get recovered, you get the value of the car. If it does, you get 60% of the value. So if it's smashed, this, that.
And they're damaging the electrical system to tear out any cameras.
When you talk to car thieves, it's a common thought process that what they are doing is largely a victimless crime because, well, the insurance companies will pay for it anyways. To see if this is true, we spoke to Muhammad, a Milwaukee insurance agent, to see how car theft impacts the common man.
I would say he looked like Bilal Muhammad, bro, but the skinny version. I ain't gonna lie, chat.
That majority of Milwaukee consumers have seen a rate increase, and it all is due into factor of stolen vehicles, theft on personal property, mainly just overall the inflation of the vehicle. So again, it all ties into a part. I've known friends and family who've had their vehicles stolen. I've personally had my vehicle broken into multiple times. In certain parts of the town. It's not something you really want to deal with on a day-to-day basis. It kind of ruins your day, ruins your week. But it's unfortunately the life that we live in. Of the aftermath, if their car gets stolen, and they can't make ends meet, they can't get to work, they can't take their kids to school. That's a lot of stress for a person to kind of deal with. If you're getting evicted, again, you have rent that's got to get paid. You have bills that need to get paid. Primarily, that vehicle was your means of getting to from point A to point B. Theft and vandalism and cars being stolen, that affects the whole community as a whole.
And I'll tell you this, 110%, they are not fingerprinting these cars when they're recovering. They are not even attempting to figure out who took them. If they're not catching them in the moment, it's one of those things, let it go. A lot of officers just give up. They'll see me going past them 140 and they pull out and then just pull right over because they're like, what's the point? I'm going to lose my job if I even chase them. This car thing really took off during the pandemic. Everybody was bored and, Hellcats are not hard for me to take. I even carry a red key everywhere I go just so I can get all the HP of the car. But if I don't, I got regulars. Like I just got the... And my biggest... No, I can get these... The thing is, I can get these from the company. But they're selling it to me without a license. To me, I don't understand how that's possible.
Even the stuff we have to provide to them.
Yeah.
Proof of ownership, copies of title.
I've never been asked that. This tablet is literally registered to an address in North Korea, and the company lets it.
North Korea?
Yeah.
Is Kim Jong-un in on this, or what?
I mean, you can make the address 123 suck my and taking it. Father's Day, I caught a guy, he was eating crabs, and I felt bad.
Bro, that weak as hell. What do you say?
Kim Jong-un in on this, or what?
I mean, you can make the address 123 suck my and taking it. Father's Day, I caught a guy, you can make the address 123 suck my and taking it. Father's Day, I caught a guy, he was eating crabs, and I felt bad about it. That's why I stepped away from the key thinking.
That's wild, bro. Like, bro.
Like this is, we're crossing a line here now, you know, because obviously in a lot of people's mentality, it's the dealership's not suffering. Screw the man, you know, but to me, I understand the consequences of it all. And see, the other thing is, I didn't even bring the other device. There's a device that somebody gifted it to me. He sent it to me from free. It's a $3,000 device. I can take any Toyota or Lexus through the headlights. If you start noticing your vehicles are being damaged and they're ripping the headlights off or ripping the bumpers, they're trying to access the plug, the harness for the headlight. You can brute force it through that. It's called a CAN bus attack.
That some guy just gave it to you?
Yeah, he gifted it to me.
How much money do you stand to make in a year?
I mean, like I could make $10,000 a month, but scheme in which it's not worth it whatsoever. If I could walk away from all this and be in a position to where I'm making like even just a regular average salary, that's beautiful to me. I go home to my daughter every night, hug her and kiss her, and never think about this again. Most people, they're buying them and then they're sitting on them. They're ordering the stickers, the titles, cleaning them up, and then either they're sending them to other countries or they're sending them back to Carvana. That's the big move right now. Carvana, CarMax.
So basically, you're putting your life at risk right now for between 80 and 120K a year?
A year, really.
Felix was not done stealing cars. He wanted to get some more action. So we headed to another dealership with more selection to see what he could do. Here's what he stole next.
Pull over, take the tracker out the whip.
Copyright.
4 or 5. My personal record was like 15 cars in one night.
So that means you have to have a stash house relatively close.
Yeah, you have to, usually like 20-30 minutes is pretty good distance.
But this dude must be moving like a flash if he's stealing cars like 15 minutes. That's crazy.
One way in, one way out type system. Because if not, you see all this is basically slim pickings. Like all that stuff, there's not anywhere near the building. Anybody can come in and just grab this and dip off it. They're not even going to trigger. You see, there's no motion sensors. There's no sensors right here or a gate that's stopping me or nothing. All this is too far for those cameras to even recognize. So anything in this back lot right here would be easily like that. I like this. This is money right here.
So how's the security on this dealership? Are those cameras up there?
Nope. That's all for lighting and like this is probably one of the worst dealerships I've seen in terms of security. The only thing that's saving them is that a lot of these are Fords. There's no security, there's no loudspeakers back here to deter anybody. I basically could get dropped off right in that parking lot, walk into here and hang out in this lot for hours on end and they wouldn't even know. And see, to me, this is like a wet dream. Like, to find this many Shelby trucks in just one spot.
Hey, them cars are sexy, I ain't gonna lie.
Why is this sitting right here? That should not be sitting right here.
Can you take that?
Oh, yeah, 100%. See, it's so far from the building, he's not even gonna know I busted his window and I'm in his Corvette taking that. He's not gonna know.
Sure. Has this spot ever been hit by car thieves?
Yeah, a couple of times. We had some test drives pull right off and, you know, go get the windows tinted. And so it usually happens more if we are busy, you know, got 2-3 customers and then just send them on their way. You know, they take off in the dealer plate. Yeah, it happens. A Hellcat, you know, right next to our showroom. It was a 1,000 horsepower Hellcat, and 5 in the morning they came.
That shit's sexy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even though I'm like I am a fan of Hellcats, but I'm not really into it. But that's sexy. That's sexy as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Especially them lights right here. Them just catching my eyes. I ain't gonna lie.
Broke the windows, tried to get in it, but yeah, they couldn't get it started, so they left it. So.
Yeah, because it takes too long to program the key. I'm the guy who's usually hitting your lots, taking your guys' stuff, to be honest with you.
So is it worth it?
Not at all. But it's a cycle, what can I say? I'm basically somebody addicted to fentanyl, except I got more comprehension of what I'm doing.
Those fake ads really drive you mad, huh? The game looks so fun in the ads, but when you down...
You know, it's good people trying to cope with things, or trying to provide, or trying to do different things, and I would venture to say that this is almost an addict mindset. It's some of it's adrenaline, some of it's they don't feel like there's any other way. It's easy to some people. A lot of it's addiction for whatever they're doing it for.
You know, I carry every key. Like, if that would have been me taking that Hellcat would have been gone, and they would have never seen it. Those are rookies.
Okay.
Just to be honest with you. I can take anything in this lot if I want to, if I really want to. It's not a challenge, and I got track hall keys.
You got everything.
I got everything you can think of. This ain't nothing. I got a bag at home with 35 keys. It's like, this is what I carry for fun. Just in case I come across a Hellcat. Or is that a Scout over there?
Yep.
Yeah, see? I would not be deterred by the daylight one bit. I would take that broad day.
You would take something from this dealership in broad
daylight. 100%. Especially respectfully after meeting their employees, I know they're not going to chase me. They're not going to even try to stop me. So I would take that literally right out the line, and drive it out the line, and wave at them as I'm leaving.
How is it not risky to do it broad day?
You gotta know the state you're in, the people who work there. Like if I came here and they were wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots, I wouldn't fuck with them. Because I'm like, oh, they're gonna shoot me.
A good car thief will know the quality of the police force and the local chase laws just as well as they know the cars they are taking. For example, in Maryland, where the courts are more likely to go after an officer for a high-speed chase gone wrong and therefore less pursuits happen, or New York, a state that has a bail system that allows most criminals to get out of jail for just about any crime, are places that car thieves like to hit. But Georgia, where Georgia State Police are known for chasing car thieves to oftentimes brutal and fatal conclusions with their pit maneuvers, or Indiana, where the police have a reputation for doggedly pursuing criminals, these are places that car thieves fear, respect, and think twice before executing a heist. With that being said, there is no question that a high-speed chase, while it may deter some car thieves, it is a great danger to civilians in the area.
Any car can get taken, but it's the amount of time that takes into getting it. Like this Ram trucks, I can take those, but they take like 4 or 5 minutes. But the GM trucks, I can start in 30 seconds.
This is pretty crazy. I watch you every fucking video.
I appreciate you. Did you think it was this easy?
I've seen like the Kia Boy tutorials, you know, the USB drive, but I definitely like to see what it's like in an American car.
What's going through your mind right now?
This is crazy. You don't see nothing like this. You know, it's kind of cool to see it actually happening in the process.
Well, here we go, 19, perfect. Denali, it's a small screen. It's going to be pushed to start because of the year. We are now in the this is perfect one. And look, now I'm going to show you guys the big boy pad. It doesn't make no difference, but it's the same thing. Basically a more upgraded version of the tab I already showed you. That's called IMMO. That's basically the immobilizer. That's what controls the whole key system and everything. And see, the thing is, you can go America. If I'm getting ready to hit this car, I hit GM, and then look for the model. You're gonna do manual selection, GMC, and then Sierra 1500 at the right year. 2017 to 2020. Smart key because it's push to start, and then boom. Basically now I'm ready to go. All I gotta do is plug up into the car and I'm good to go. Most times I'd already be ready. I wouldn't be clicking buttons here. I would have already been preset in the car and just pull up. And it's the same thing. You're just accessing the immobilizer of the car. You're adding a key. But what you're doing is, this car works on a system to add a key. So when that pin is read, instead of continuing the process, we're going to immediately start the car. And that's the glitch. So this pin's going to read, the car's going to recognize we're doing something to it. It's going to look for internet. And so basically once it reads that pin, you're going to immediately start this car. And so when you're in the moment, this feels like an eternity. You're like, oh, why is this thing not hurrying up? Like, see, there we go. Look. And that's it. And then I unplug. And I could do another one until basically the situation is too hot. And yeah.
Brought you water, I don't know that.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, thank you very much. It's really, that's kind of all it is, man. And I could do this as many times as I want, basically. Like, there's no limit to it, the system's never gonna lock up. I could drive this car with just this pad and not anything else. Like,
is it illegal to have that pad?
No. Most states don't even have laws about owning this without a locksmithing license.
The technology is farther ahead than the legal system is.
100%.
So right now there's a window of time.
For every scam, it's because this company, a lot of the companies that build these type of products, they've already implemented systems to how to keep people from getting this that aren't supposed to. This company specifically does not care. They will sell to a 5-year-old if they got the money. And this thing can hit 2023 trucks. And the update's coming out, so 2024 is literally 2 months away. I mean, you could do $1 million in cars a week off of a tab like this. I think this video is gonna force manufacturers to acknowledge they've got to do something. The manufacturer's got to be the one to step up like they had to do with the Kias and send out the update for free and fix this.
Why aren't the
He might be better than the Kia boys by himself, bro, because he got them two tablets with the red ones, like the little older version, but that one with the blue one. Bro, he's probably better with the Kia boys. I ain't gonna lie. the hell?
Manufacturer stepping
If you want my honest opinion, I think because they're making money. Either way, the cars are getting sold. Dealers taking the loss. If it was them taking the loss, they wouldn't be as happy with this happening. The only time they care is when we go to the warehouses, like where they're manufacturing plants, and we're taking them out the plants, because then they're losing. But when it's dealers, the dealer's gonna, hey, I need a replacement for these cars, because they still want to sell them and make their money. So they're getting double the sales if you think about it. If this dealership was located in Michigan or Ohio, you would have people running into it broad day. The only reason it's not happening is because this is more of a rural area, but it's not going to take long.
Are you ready to give him some consulting information in his office?
Oh yeah, let's go inside.
Not everybody cares about quality. Some people just want crap. If that's you, Bespoke Post is not for you. Every month they fill your car.
So I have some ideas for you to protect your dealership.
All right, what do you got for me? Because I need it.
I think the number one thing is keeping the better inventory to the front. I think either way, customers coming into the lot are going to be gravitated towards the front of the building anyways.
When you say better inventory,
the nicer stuff, like anything that's SS, ZL1s, Hellcats, Trackhawks. I'm sure you guys don't get Trackhawks as much anymore.
You got two here.
Oh, you got two here. I'm definitely surprised, because those are a hot commodity in this community.
Hellcat Durangos too, right?
Yeah. Oh, the 392 Durangos too. Even then, they loved it. They loved
You
it.
say to the front, not at the front of the
Right by the sidewalk, yeah, but right in front of the building, because anybody can walk up and not trigger those cameras on those sidewalks. I could do it. I could army crawl basically halfway to your lot and your camera wouldn't even see me. That and exploring OBD 2-port locks. You can find them and get a specific key made so they're kind of all matching, so you don't have to keep 1,000,001 keys. Again, and see, the thing about this community is it's like a rumor mill, so as soon as they know, they're never going to touch any of your dealerships again, just out of fear.
So the first time we got hit at one of our stores, they took the 6 cars.
Yeah, they came prepared if they shoot for 6.
Yeah. They had the Trackhawk and a Durango both filled with people.
Yeah.
Grabbed all of our stuff.
That's the MO.
Yeah. And then we had guys overnight, security guards that were spent a bunch of money that we had wait there.
Yeah.
And about when we stopped, because that's why we thought maybe there was an inside guy. And about when we stopped, really, like we got over it. It's over. Okay, fine. 2 inches by, bam, they hit us again. Wi-Fi blockers, security blockers.
Yes, the only thing is it's hard because your guys are at a disadvantage. They're considered federally illegal. So you as a dealer couldn't buy one and turn it on, because if your neighbor tries to call 911, they can't call 911. But see, as a criminal, I can just buy it and turn it on and all your security cameras are toast. So that's the other thing. I mean, you can get in more sophisticated, like hard wiring cameras for video feed, but straight hardwire. No more wireless, no more internet, none of that, because the internet is susceptible to power outages. So if all your security features are Bluetooth and wireless, the minute that jammer comes on, none of it's working. I think my biggest fear is secondary trackers all day. Especially ones you worry about. That's what scares me to death. Secondary trackers that are wired to the car. Not anything like Apple tags. Apple tags are useless. Tile, useless. Any of that junk, useless. Get brick house security boxes that are magnetic that stick to the underside of the car, or low jack that's hardwired into the vehicle. And make sure when they install it, they put it somewhere that's not immediately underneath the steering wheel, because that's the first place anybody's going to check. Yeah, but if you put it somewhere wired into the trunk or into the engine bay, they're not thinking in the moment, and that, I think, it will give law enforcement enough time, because most law enforcement want to stop this.
Yeah, for sure.
But what can they do when they just find a car abandoned in the middle of nowhere and there's no information about this? Low jacks will give them the history of how these cars are traveling, where they're going, and ultimately, I think it's going to show that most of these cars are ending up at other dealerships to steal other cars.
So just basically, all the stuff that we're trying to do, just be smarter about it.
Yeah, really, because and you got to also remember, they're watching you. They're always going to be watching. They only got to be right one time. You got to be right every time. That's the biggest disadvantage to this.
Everything. Interrogating salespeople, what they may know, and then looking through the customers who sent in leads on those cars, who came to test drove those cars, fake IDs. It's never ending.
Daniel?
Richie D, you driving?
I am.
We got you on speakerphone with Tommy and Felix. He's been super helpful thus far. I explained who you guys were, or who you were for us. We've gone over all the questions that you've had. We've gone over, you showed how they steal a bunch of different kind of cars. we've got a lot of good stuff, and he's been more than helpful. So I just don't know if there's anything else that you may want to ask him, or
How are because you know it's a cat and mouse game is what it really is. It's every time we figure out what they're doing or what anybody's doing to steal it, we try to change things up. How are they getting the inside information of what we're doing?
Manufacturer, they're the #1 guilty of this. They're literally, I mean, basically their owner manuals are how-to guide how to remove OnStar. Every year an owner manual will come out. If I'm second guessing myself about GPS technology, I'm looking at the owner's manual, or I'm researching online about the car.
I've noticed recently, instead of going to like the Hellcats, you know, the Chargers, Challengers, Durangos, all that stuff, I've seen a lot of Camaros.
It's because I can take a Camaro without having to use a bypass. Are you familiar with how Mopars are taken? We have to tear out the glove compartment and then pull the carpet, and it gives us access to something called the Star brute force bypass. And so on Mopar you need to use a bypass. Most kids don't know how to do it. A Camaro or Corvette, it can just be plugged into the OBD2 and started like that. Like if you were here, I could show you basically how easy GM is to, we call it glitching.
What are they doing with most of these vehicles? Are they re-vinning them?
Yeah, it's usually re-vans, and we call them fake t-shirts. They're called fake t-shirts. Or you call them t-shirts. If somebody's saying, oh, I got the stickers in a t-shirt done, it means they did the stickers in the title for the car. What they're doing is they're selling them on Facebook Marketplace to unsuspecting people who are buying them, thinking the titles are good. They're going to register them, and then it's coming back janky, you know, either a week later, a month later, who knows. But somebody's getting screwed in the process, you know?
Thanks for coming out and talking to Danny and everything. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Corvette. So you have your eyes on this one?
Yeah, this is the one. Beautiful and sitting unlocked. That's a big no-no when you're talking about community of car thieves.
What percentage of dealership cars you encounter would you say are just unlocked like this?
Too many. Like at least 70%.
Because
some dealers do it that way.
Yeah, they leave it like that on purpose.
So their windows don't get broken?
No, and then like I said, that's just
easier to show the car.
Yeah.
So they don't have salesmen losing keys, wasting time.
Yeah, because you got to think if the salesman loses the key, they got to get it replaced every quarter. You guys don't keep a locksmith on call, do you? So you got to call somebody. So if you put an OBD blocker on that, they're not taking this car. You see that little port right there? That's what I'm plugging into to take this car.
How much does that cost?
OBD blocker? Well, it could be like $20. If you buy a really nice one, maybe $30. But you see how easy it is to plug up? If they block those, it's over.
And you don't see this changing going forward?
Especially learning what I learned today, I really don't. Unless the manufacturers get involved, unless they have specific ways, or again, even like he was talking about how easy it is to buy the tablets, how easy it is to buy the keys. Unless that stuff tightens up, other than putting $1 million+ fences, things like that, I don't see it changing, no, unfortunately.
Let them cook. Me, on the other hand, will be keeping cool this summer.
Copyright.
I got kicked in by the U.S. and said, hey, mission went wrong. A house I was staying at got kicked in by the U.S. Marshals. They took my friend, and this was, let's say, a Friday, and he
Felix,
thinks, hey,
damn, free Felix, damn.
The U.S. Marshals, they took my mission went wrong. A house I was staying at. He called me a couple weeks ago and said, hey, mission went wrong. A house I was staying at got kicked in by the U.S. Marshals. They took my friend, and this was, let's say, a Friday, and he thinks, hey, by Monday, I'm gonna be on the list too. I gotta get out of the country. And initially how we were trying to end this story is actually get him hired by Dan and Kuna's Auto Group and maybe put him in a security role. And he was very excited about that. But I don't even know if he's in the country anymore. He hasn't really been answering my call. You know, last conversation he had, he said, post a video, protect my identity, I know you'll do a good job. We're gonna call Dan and deliver the bad news that, you know, there isn't necessarily gonna be a happy ending to the story that we know of.
That's messed up.
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Oh, good. I'm, not bad.
Okay, so one is the story isn't gonna have as good of an ending as we thought. I know that initially we were brainstorming, you know, how could we get Felix a new start, a new beginning? Yep. And I thought, one, I was very impressed that you'd even consider that, given his background and given your business.
Okay, yep.
So I was very impressed with you by that. But he told me about a couple of weeks ago that a mission went wrong and that his friend got grabbed by U.S. Marshals and likely he would be as well. And so I don't know if he's in the country. Yeah, I don't know if he's on the run, I think. So I don't know if he's still in the country or where he is. But he told me to tell you, like, he appreciates the opportunity and that he doesn't think it's gonna be working out like that, like we may have hoped.
Well, if something changes, because I did talk to people about it, you know, like logistically, what would we do? How would we do it? Why would we do it? And you know, we kind of came up with a way he could have been useful, and we love to help those people if we can, if they want to change, you know.
You know what? And I don't know about you, but I got the genuine impression from him that he was just looking for a way out. And
for sure, and that's why I even pushed the issue, because at first everybody in my organization is like, well, why would we do that? Like,
yeah.
Do you think he's just gonna do this again, or if he's not making the money he wants, is he just gonna do it again? I'm like, I don't believe so. I don't think it's about money for him. It was in the start. It's not now. I mean, sure, you're going to make the money where you can, but if he's got a fresh start, a fresh life, and he's making relatively decent money that he can provide for his family, I think that's what he's really trying to do.
Exactly.
Just tell him I'm praying for him. Tell him I'm here. You know, tell him everything happens for a reason, and I believe that.
We'll be in touch, man, and have yourself a great rest of your day, okay?
Man, Tommy, thanks. We'll talk to you
Yep,
more.
take care. Bye-bye. So, folks, that's it. I genuinely hope Felix can have an opportunity to have a good, safe life. So, appreciate Dan for letting us into his dealerships. That was very brave of him. Most dealership owners said no when I asked. And I appreciate Felix for coming out here to show us that, because that was a great risk to himself. So, I hope you learned a lot. I hope you were entertained. I'll see you guys next week.
Hey, that was a good ass video. Shout out to Tommy G. Shout out to Felix, and shout out to the what's it called? The car dealership, car dealer. The name damn, what was his name? Dan, I think. Coons or Coonies, but I don't know. But this was a good video. I ain't gonna lie. Like learning about the car theft and stuff like that. But I appreciate y'all watching the video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all turn the notice on, and make sure y'all like the video. And I'm gonna see you on the next video. Love.